So check this out. It's Trevor James, and I'm just in my apartment. Actually, this is my place. Yeah, check it out. It's about 230 bucks a month in the core. Well, kind of downtown Chengdu, not quite, but a little bit outside. I'm gonna go get a haircut today. I've got no time to do any food videos this week because I've been sick. Like, I ate something bad on the street. Okay, so we're just gonna go outside and chat because I've been getting a lot of questions about myself. So it all began for me when I was about 18, and I got that food ranging bug that kept telling me to go try new foods. And that happened after I took my first trip to China and Southeast Asia. I was only 18, just graduated from high school, and I saved up $5,000 in Canada. I'm from Vancouver, Canada, and I saved that money with a buddy, and we came on a 4-month trip. We went all over Southeast Asia and China, and that's when I became super addicted to traveling. I knew I was gonna be traveling, living abroad for a long, long time. So after that, I had to come back to Canada, and I wanted to do a degree, but I didn't know what to study. And I figured I would just study forestry because I love nature, and I love nature and animals, and why not, right? So I got that degree in forestry, but I knew that after I was graduated, I wanted to come move abroad. And China was what really drew me in because it's like a completely new universe over here. You can try new foods every day. There's 8 major cuisines, and almost like a lifetime. I feel like between China and India, even though I've never been there, I could have a lifetime of food. I could really eat forever and shoot videos, take pictures, live a good life. So right now, China's good for me. So long story short, after I graduated university, I had already been to China about 4 or 5 times, and I knew I wanted to live here. So I was thinking, how could I live in China? Well, if you're from North America or a native English-speaking country, most people come to teach English. But I wanted more time to pursue hobbies like videography, photography, eating food, you know, living a good life. So I figured, why not come here to study? So I applied for a master's program. I applied to the Southwest University of Finance and Economics to study international trade, which is actually kind of fun. I get a lot of time to go out and eat, and I learn about business too on the side. But my main goal, and it's always been my main goal, is to eat food and shoot videos. To finance this opportunity to study here, I actually applied for a scholarship and received it. So right now, I'm fully covered to live here and eat here. I've also been getting a lot of questions about my Chinese and how I learned Chinese. The truth is that my Chinese isn't really that good. It's just good enough for conversational daily life and ordering food. And to get to that level, I spent 2 terms in Canada, Vancouver, at UBC studying. And after that, I spent about 4 years just chatting, no study. I'm not a huge fan of books. I just like to get out on the street and chat with people. And that's how I learned the level I'm at now. That's how I got there. So in 2010, I also came to China on a 6-month exchange to Beijing Forestry University to study forestry. And that was really fun, and I also learned a lot there. And I was lucky enough to have a good summer job in Canada at a hotel to help fund these expeditions. I would work for about 4 or 5 months in the summer, every day, and then in the winter I could play, right? So that was my freedom, that was my key to get out and travel. And then after that, I found another way in by studying here, which has been good so far. This is funny. Okay. So before I came to China, actually, and before I became addicted to food, I became addicted to the outdoors and hiking and adventure sports, and that's why I worked at this summer lodge in Canada. So if I'm gonna connect it all together here, I decided to move to China for the food and adventure. Tianmian? For the food and the adventure, which is something that I always really craved for, even as a child. I had dreams of moving into, you know, ski cities or ski towns in Canada and snowboarding every day, or moving to other countries and eating good food every day, you know. Those are things that I always dreamed about as a kid, and now I'm just starting to realize that I can actually do that and you know, live a life that I've always desired. And living in China is really nice. So thanks so much for watching. If you had any questions that I didn't answer, please leave a comment below. And maybe the stories were a little jumbled up. Give me a break, okay? I've I'm just getting over some sickness here. Please just leave me a comment. Let me know what you thought or if you have any questions, okay? Thanks a lot.